Okay, so here's a little bit of a case study on probably one of my favorite images, compositionally speaking. I like this image mostly because it's a combination of a lot of compositional elements that just really stand out. And my favorite kind of part of this image is the balance of it. And I kind of made this tracing to kind of overlay it. So if we'll look, you should notice that. Let me try to get that right. You should notice that the distances between elements are really close. Like here to here is really close. There from this person, from these two people to those two people are really close. The balancing of the hill here against this kind of layer of white is really close, and then there's a clear definition between the sidewalk of the pool and the hill, and it just kind of gives it a lot of depth and a lot of dimension going north to south as well as east to west. If you look at it, there's a lot of shape involved. There's a lot of triangles. There's a lot of spheres. If you can look at this and see, triangles, and then the shape between people here. Sorry, get this right. There's a triangles here. There's triangles here, and I like a lot of those things like you don't think about, but it kind of acts on your subconscious to make a really intriguing and beautiful image. I really like the amount of lines that are in this, north to south, roundabout, the lines from the hammock that are leading into the dude watching. The other beautiful thing is the tonality of the darker skin tones against the whiter tile there, and it's just like an overall great image. And it's an overall great example of if the photographer had if Martin Franck probably is a French dude, or is it a girl? I don't know. That's a good question. Anyway, Martin, if Martin had stood up, 8 inches, all of a sudden he would have been down here and this balance would have been off. If he had been this way a little bit, if he had a step to the right, the balance between the dude doing the downward dog would have been all weird, in reference to him. And it's a good example of kind of looking around and kind of looking with your eyes and seeing where the balance is in an image, and then clicking the shutter, not just being like, oh, I see the scene with all these things happening, like with like, oh, this dude just kind of like he's chilling out, and like his tone looks really cool against the white, and I see the girl sunbathing and the dude doing downward dog, and there's people over there, and it's like it's a cool scene, but you have to put it all together, and kind of look around and see where it all balances out and where the harmony of the image is. And yeah, that's this is Martin Franck and Le Brusc, summer 1976. Wonderful image.